So I'll start first by talking about cloud computing informally, and then we will talk about the formal definition of cloud computing, right? So cloud computing is a new approach to computing that started maybe 10 years ago or so, or a little bit more, that focuses on replacing um, accessing or maintaining applications physically uh, in your organization with accessing these applications remotely, okay, on demand, right? So as an example, let's talk about Canvas, the Canvas that you are all using right now. There are around 20,000 or more than 20,000, maybe 28,000 students at CSUMB right now, right? So if CHUMB wants to maintain Canvas indoors, in-house, it wants to maintain it inside CSUMB, then it's going to need to create many servers. It's going to create 20, 30 servers to be able to respond to requests from the 28,000 students at the same time. So it's going to take a lot of money to maintain these servers. It's going to take a lot of people effort, a lot of staff to maintain these servers. It's going to cost money to update and upgrade these servers and so on. So it's going to cost a lot of money to do so. And therefore, CSUMB decided to replace maintaining these servers in-house with keeping them somewhere else. Another company will take care of these servers, will take care of these applications for CSUMB, and we are going to pay this company a fee or money to maintain these servers for us. Okay, so this is basically how cloud computing works. One company, a business organization like CSUMB or like CNN.com or like any financial company, any banks or any insurance company, they want to reduce the money, reduce the resources they put into their IT resources. So they kind of outsource these resources. They put these resources into another company, and all they do is whenever they need to access these applications, they just use their web browsers and access them. Okay, so this is the informal definition of cloud computing. Formally, we can define cloud computing as a computing model, okay, that allows for on-demand access to a shared pool of computing resources. I will talk about all of this in a minute, and I will show that to you in action in a few minutes, right? Right? These resources can be rapidly created or provisioned and released, okay? And they don't need a lot of effort on the organization end, okay? It's all managed remotely. You don't have to spend time managing these resources, okay? Right? The key thing behind cloud computing is the availability of the resources. Whenever you want to access them, they have to be there. Okay, if I want to access Canvas, I just type canvas.csumb.edu and I go there directly. It's 99.9% guaranteed that I will get there. Okay, right? So the four main features or four main properties that define cloud computing is they are on-demand network access. So whenever you want to access them, you just type the application on your browser and you access this application, right? The computer, the resources that you are accessing, the applications you are accessing, the storage you are accessing, they are shared. They are not dedicated to you. They are distributed among many customers, okay? The resources can be rapidly created or provisioned, and then they can be rapidly released, okay? And the fourth thing is availability must be guaranteed by the provider you are working with, okay? All right. So before I get any deeper, I want to show you the importance of cloud computing before we start talking about that, okay? So give me 1 second. I want to go to Google. Okay, and I'm going to search for data center. and let's have images, right? Let's pick one nice of these. Okay. Okay. Right. So this is what a data center looks like in a company. There are many servers in the data center, as you can see, many servers. Okay, and these servers they are not just there and that's it, right? They need maintenance. They need someone to update them. They need someone to take care of them. They need someone to manage these servers, right? So we need lots of stuff to manage these servers, right? So let's say that CSUMB now has a set of information systems that are installed. We have Canvas, let's say we have email servers, we have Oasis and other systems installed on servers inside CSUMB data center, okay? Right? And now CSUMB wants to install one more system. We decide that we want to purchase a new security system that has its own server as well, right? So in order for you to go and install this new system, you have to go and make sure there is a space inside your data center to install this system. You have to make sure you have the space first. Then you need to go outside and buy these servers. You need to install them, right? You need to connect them to your network and connect them to the electric grid and all of this stuff. And you need to maintain them. So you need to do everyday backup. You need to update the operating systems, make sure the software is installed and everything, right? And after you install the servers, you need to take care of a very important thing, which is cooling the servers, right? If you guys are working in a closed room and you touch the bottom of your laptop, you will find that it is at least warm, if not hot, okay? Computer temperatures can go up to 120 or 130 degrees, right? And therefore, you need to cool your computers down. Otherwise, if they reach a very high temperature, they are going to break. They are going to burn and they break, okay? So all of this take time, take effort, take money, take expertise, okay? And will cost a lot of money. I worked in many companies. We had our systems in-house. We had a data center like this one in front of you, and we maintained our systems in-house. And when we tried to install a new system, we were trying to purchase a new security system or a new patient management system, we did not have space for the servers of the new systems, and therefore we had to either rent space in some other building, or we had to get rid of old servers to replace them with the new servers, and so on. Okay, so trust me, I worked in data centers before. This is very time-consuming, cost-consuming, and effort-consuming. Okay, it's terrible. Okay, so this is the traditional way of working in organizations, having all our applications in-house and using them in-house, as you can see here, right? And then cloud computing came on. I was a designer. I did not actually operate these servers. I was a designer, an architect. Okay, so I designed data centers, but I didn't have to work maintaining these servers. And no, I would hate to work that job. Okay, right? Yes, right. So anyway, this is the old model of computing that every organization did, and up till now, many organizations still maintain this same model. Okay. Now cloud computing said, let's replace all these servers, all this nonsense. Let's replace this with something very simple. Let's make IT companies. These companies are dedicated for IT. All of that stuff in these companies is IT trained. They have the most up-to-date technologies. They have everything, and we'll ask them to do all the IT work for us, and all we have to do is to go and access our servers there. Okay, so if we want to install a new software, we'll just get a server on their end, put our software there, and we can start using it immediately. Okay. Now, this is the traditional way. I want you to keep this in mind. This is how data centers look like. Now, I'm going to show you how easy it is to create a cloud server. I will show you. It's very easy. I have an account on Amazon Web Services, AWS. So I will take you there. Okay, and I will create a server for you. I will show you how easy it is to create a server. Let me sign in. Right. So if I am the IT manager in CSUMB and I want to create a server, we are going to install a new system, a new security system, and I want to create a server to put this software on. Okay. Now remember the old model. I have to go out, buy the server, install the server, connect the server, manage the server, maintain the server. All right. Now let's see how easy it is to do it here. So all I have to do here is I go to my console home. Okay. Launch a virtual machine. I am going to create a new machine. Click here. Okay. Right. I can pick the operating system I want. Okay. So I can pick any operating system I want, anyway, anything. Right. I'm going to pick this one, for example. It's free tier eligible, so I will not buy any money. I will not pay any money to create it. So I'm going to select that. Okay. Right. And then I'm going to select the configuration that I need, how many processors I want, what is the amount of memory that I want to have, what kind of storage do I need, and so on and so forth. And for each of these servers, I have the performance associated with it. So if it is an application that will be used by a few number of people, I can create any of these. If it is high, then I can select something bigger. So I'm going to select this 3-tier thing. Okay, it has one CPU, 1 GB of memory, and small storage, and it works for many applications, right? So I selected that, right, and then I click next. I can select, I can configure what the network related to that, the IP address, how the DNS will manage it, and so on and so forth, right? I can do all of this here, right? Next, I can add the storage I want. 8 GB of storage are free at AWS, so I will leave it as this, right? Okay. And the type of storage is SSD, okay? And then I can add some security tags. I can add some security. If I want to secure my server in a certain way, I can set up the security here, and then I will launch it. And I have my server ready. Okay. It's now being initiated. It's now launching. Okay. And within 2 minutes, you will see that it's pending right now. In 2 minutes, it's going to be running. Okay. In 2 minutes, it's going to run. Right. So I have created the server with the configuration that I want, with all the specs that I want, with the storage that I want in 2 minutes. Compare this to the old method. Okay. Now it's done. I can start deploying my software and I can enjoy my server. And the one we created is completely free. AWS has some free tier that you can create some servers for free. So now I have a free server, and this is the IP address of my server. Okay, and if I want to upgrade it, I can upgrade it. So if I have to stop it first, but once I stop it, I can change it. I can change the storage, right? I need to stop it first in order for me to increase the storage or anything. I need to stop it first. I have an IP address, so this is the IP address of my server that I can use to access my server. Within 2 minutes, I have a server that is ready to run, and I can control it in any way I want. Now I can stop the instance. If I'm not using this server, I can stop it. Okay. And after it is stopped, I can even terminate it. Terminate it means remove it completely and not pay anything for it. Okay. So the key thing that I want you to think about that for a minute, guys. I want you to think of the benefits, the flexibility that you have in creating, in deploying servers and using these servers, instead of having to go to this long process. As you can see, it didn't take me 2 minutes to deploy a server that I can use immediately. This is the power of cloud computing. You create the servers you want, you configure them as they will serve you, and you only pay for your usage. So if this is a server that is paid, I pay for my usage. So if I use it, if let's say for in 1 month, I'm going to use it for 6 hours in a month, then I only pay for these 6 hours. I don't pay for the whole month. It's pay as you use, pay per use. Okay. So it is usually cheaper than buying your own server and maintaining it locally. Okay. Does anyone have any questions here, guys? Okay. Right. So I want you to appreciate this. I want you to appreciate the value of cloud computing, understand it before we talk about it in more depth. Right. Right. All right. So I want you to remember the process that we just went into now, and as we will talk about that in more details. Right. All right. So when we'll talk in more depth about that, but as an introduction, what are the types of cloud computing that we can have, or what are the service models of cloud computing, right? There are many, okay? Like right now, we are using Canvas. The Canvas we are using right now is hosted on AWS. It's hosted on the same platform that I just showed you, okay? CSUMB does not have Canvas hosted in CSUMB. We have it hosted on AWS, right? Canvas is an application, right? So CSUMB can go to a company like Canvas. If Canvas is a company, they can go to this company and they tell them, we want to buy access to the Canvas system. So they are buying access to the application itself. Okay, so they don't care about what servers are there. We don't care about the servers. All we care about is the application itself. Okay, this applies to something like Canvas, like Gmail. Okay, Gmail is the same thing. We are accessing the application. We don't care about the servers or the networking, how it's organized there, right? And other systems as well. In the example we just did, in the example that we just did together on AWS, we created a server with an operating system, with a Linux operating system. This is called a platform. So the second deployment model of cloud computing is we buy a platform, we buy a server, and then we install the software we want on this server. Okay. This is very common, and this is very common in hosting websites. Okay. The third option is infrastructure deployment model. Infrastructure, we buy we rent the hardware itself. So we tell them we want specific routers, specific network devices, specific storage devices, and so on. And then we install the operating systems, and then we set up the software there. Okay, so these are the types of cloud computing. We'll talk more about those later on. Okay, right. Okay, now we talk about the importance of cloud computing. The importance of cloud computing from different perspectives, from the user perspective, from the business perspective, and from the IT people perspective, right? From our perspective, if you are using Canvas, you don't care where it's hosted. You don't care if Canvas is hosted in CSUMB or if it's hosted on the cloud. You don't care, right? All you care about is whenever you want to access Canvas, it is there and you can access it easily, and it's available for you whenever you want whenever you want to access it, right? The second thing is you are going to prefer cloud computing than having an application on your PC, right? If you have a Canvas application on your PC that you have to download and install, it's going to be heavy on your PC. It's going to take out resources from your computer. So it is easier for you just to point your web browser to the website, the Canvas website, and access it directly, right? Right. Okay. So we don't want to overwhelm you guys. So I'm going to stop on this introduction to cloud computing. We will finish it on Friday. So we'll spend Friday talking more in depth about cloud computing. I just want you by Friday to remember the basics of cloud computing, that on